And welcome. We are in Nottingham. We're at the Wildcats Arena, and it's the final game of the weekend here in the Women's League. It's CWBA against Sheffield Steelers, the top two in women's wheelchair basketball, live from the Wildcats Arena. I'm Daniel Routledge. I'm joined by Lou Sugden. Lou, great to have you with us. Two top teams going head to head. We've already had one close game here today. We are hoping for a second one right now.
It could go either way this game. Steelers are a strong team, but Coventry bring a lot of fire to the game, a lot of tenacity, so I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah, and Coventry unbeaten so far in the league campaign. This is round two of the women's Division 1, and we can have a look at the league standings right now to see where things stand. And what we will see is CWBA right at the top with 5 wins from 5, Sheffield 3-2, and then that previous game just finished half an hour ago, the Vixens getting their first victory on the board over Angels of the North. And really, we're hoping for a similar sort of outcome from that one. But earlier I managed to catch up with the two coaches, starting with CWA's Ali Hope. Well, Ali, big game today. How is the team shaping up?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. We've had some good performances yesterday and this morning. Just keeping it simple, just trying to play fast basketball and just utilise the talent that we've got.
There is plenty of talent on the roster. Your job to try and get it all out there on the court.
Yeah. You know, it's a lot of it depends on what we need for certain times. So, are we going to go with a 2 big lineup? Are we going to go slightly quicker? Are we looking to press at any point? And we've got players who are better at other things than. So it's kind of just balancing it out and deciding what's needed at that time.
And what's the game plan ahead of this contest?
Score more points than they do, but we always start with our defence, so make sure our defence is good, take the pressure off our offence by shutting them down, and then look, just try and find that good clean shot, whether that's early on in the offence or later on, and just play quick. It's all about playing quick.
And defensively, who will you be keying in on?
All of them. A lot of that will be decided in game, so who finds the hard hand. We've made the mistake of going into games before trying to shut down one particular person, and then it's somebody else who's actually got the hard hand, so we'll read it at that time and just go from there.
And you're nicely placed in the league table. Another win on the board would be great for you.
Yes, very much so, yeah.
Well, enjoy the game. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, they certainly are nicely placed in the table. This is why. Here's a look at their results through the season so far. They started out with that 1-point thriller against Angels, but some pretty comprehensive wins since then. They're a team that can put a big number on the board. You have to be defensively on your mettle against them.
Yeah, there was a good result for CWBA yesterday against Steelers, so it'd be interesting to see how the rerun of that match goes. Quite a comprehensive win for them, but I feel like Steelers will rise to this occasion. They're very good at that as a team, and there's a lot of passion in that team, so I'm looking forward to it, I really am.
Well, they certainly have plenty of firepower, and I also managed to catch up with the Sheffield Steelers coach just earlier today to gauge his thoughts on the game.
Right up.
Probably not the best. Is he okay? Yep.
You ready, go?
Mark, big game today. Well, what are your thoughts ahead of it?
Yeah, so we've got Coventry, who we played yesterday. They're the reigning league champions for Women's League. They're one hell of a team, to put it as mildly as I can. Yeah, they came out their absolute best yesterday. Jude Hamer particularly was absolutely phenomenal. But we've made some kind of stylistic tweaks. We've got Leah coming back, who didn't play for us yesterday, and I think that might give us the edge in terms of maybe having something they're not quite prepared for at this point, but I think we can use it to our advantage.
Is the key at the defensive end, because they have a lot of offensive weapons?
Yeah, definitely. They hurt us a lot yesterday in terms of when we were missing shots. They ran their transition game really effectively. They switched from defense to offense so quickly. So we're really prepared for that this time, and we're going to try and take those easy opportunities away from them.
And obviously it's a challenge, but if you want to get up to the top of the table, this is the team you've got to beat.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, you wouldn't have it any other way, I guess. You've got to beat the best to be the best, I guess. And we know we've played them a couple of times over the last few years. We know that when we're at our best, we can hang with them. We've done that for short stretches yesterday. It's just a matter of expanding it to like 40 minutes of hanging right there with them.
And we talked a bit about the defense at the other end of the floor. What do you have to do well?
I think we really stumbled on something that worked for us in the second half of yesterday's game. We set up our offensive rotation a little bit differently. We found Sophie particularly on some really good cuts inside and got some easy looks out of it. So it'll be a matter of putting that in the game early as we can and seeing how they adjust to it. If they do adjust defensively, which they will because they're very well coached, we need to really find the gaps that they leave, and we need to keep counteracting everything they do.
Thanks a lot. Good luck in the game. Cheers. Thank you. Well, very much talking about the tweaks that they have to make from that previous game in this round against the Steelers. And here's a look back at their results so far. They had that thrilling loss, well, not thrilling for them, but a loss, thrilling game nonetheless against Angels of the North. Turned it round completely in the following meeting, and I mean, he touched upon it. It's about doing what they do, but doing it for 40 minutes. If you have 35 good minutes and 5 bad ones, CWBA will put you away. Yeah,
CWBA are the kind of team that will just keep on going. Very, very well trained, very fit. Not to say Steelers aren't, but definitely if they can play at their best, then we will definitely be in for a good game here. Having Leah back in will be really big for them.
Well, the team's being introduced out here at the Wildcats Arena. And you mentioned Leah Evans, Paralympian who missed that game, and what does she bring that they were missing from the previous meeting?
She brings in a ball handler for them. They have a lot of ball handlers in their high point players, but you want those players in the key, in shooting positions, rather than handling the ball. So she just gives them another option.
Well, they do have plenty of GB experienced players on the roster, and they will be calling very heavily on them. And now it is the defending champions, the league leaders, CWBA, who will be introduced to the crowd. And Charlotte Moore, who played in the 2016 Paralympics, first out. And again, this is a team with lots of different weapons that can hurt you in different ways. But Jude Hamer there, just coming out, had a big game in the victory against the Steelers, so they'll be looking for her again here today.
Yeah, very solid lineup for their starting 5. A lot of, well, I think they're all current GB athletes, which definitely makes life a lot easier for them. They are a very well-trained team. They train together all the time at the centralised programmes, so that gives them an advantage over some other teams.
Well, the two teams have been introduced, and they will slap fives before they go back and go through their final warm-up routines and get themselves ready for this game. And here's the lineup for CWBA. We talked about Jude Hamer, obviously Joy Hazelden. Who else would you want our fans at home to be keeping an eye on?
Charlotte Moore, one of the best one-pointers, definitely in this country. And Siobhan Fitzpatrick is a real promising player, still very young. This is a very young team, so it'd be interesting to see. They cope very well with the pressure, which you wouldn't expect from such a young team.
Well, again, it bodes well for the future of the game in this country that you have such a quality team winning games on a regular basis, but still pretty young overall.
Yeah, quite a lot of these players actually represented GB at the recent under 24 European Championships where they won gold, and they won gold very comfortably. So yeah, it does bode incredibly well. The futures program for GB is incredibly strong.
Yeah, the Atkin girls and Jessica Dowdeswell also in that under 24s team. So let's take a look now at the Sheffield Steelers lineup for today, and who are you penciling down for our fans at home?
Sophie Cargill is another fantastic one-point player, and Maddie Thompson, I think, will be quite crucial for Steelers. If she can find her shot today, then she'll definitely score many points.
Maddie Thompson, of course, London 2012 Paralympian. They've also got a number of players from Rio 2016 team as well, as the two sides go into their huddles for the final few words from the coaches before we get things underway. And in the previous game we saw here on this court, it was very close, very exciting. We would very much like another 40 minutes of that. And it was the underdog who came out on top. Well, underdog in the league standings, probably not in the two lineups that went out, but you know, I think most punters would be backing CWBA here. Can you make a strong case for Sheffield?
Not as strong as I'd like, but no, I think Coventry will... I would expect Coventry come out with the win, but I very much hope that Sheffield bring their A game and really just, like you say, have a 40-minute thriller.
Well, a reminder for those just joining us that this is Division 1 of the Women's League in British wheelchair basketball. The league is played over in central locations 3 times a year, and they play over the course of the weekend. So this is the conclusion of a weekend's worth of action where teams from all over the country have been going head-to-head in each of the divisions. It's been quite a festival of wheelchair basketball over the last couple of days, and this is the climax to it, and we're very much looking forward to it. And that's one of the great things that you come here and watch all levels, all ages, all abilities playing together, from Paralympians down to people young and new to the game.
Yeah, I think now that there are 3 divisions in Women's League, it's great to see those players that are maybe just starting out their journey in wheelchair basketball, and this is a great opportunity for them to come and watch some of the highest level women's game.
Well, the teams are ready. The officials are almost ready. They're actually keen to get out there because there's still 20 seconds before opening tip, and the ref says, well, we can just wipe that off, can we? No, he doesn't. He lets it run right down to the end. We're going to go right bang on time for this top of the table clash in Division 1 of the Women's League. There we go. And it's the Steelers who get the first possession of the game. Immediately looking to go quick. There's Thompson. Round the three-point line it goes. First shot of the game rims out. A little unfortunately there for Evans.
Yeah, Morrow with the putback, but just couldn't make it count.
Nice pass into the lane, and there's a defensive foul there. Hope on the trail. Defense a little late to come across. Blocking foul called. Hazelden into Hamer under all sorts of pressure. She doesn't quite get the roll.
Shooting it with her offhand there, a skill that all the GB players are encouraged to try and develop.
Pass a little awry from Mottram, certainly too far back for Cargill to get a hand anywhere near. Joy Hazelden bringing it forward for Coventry. Little defensive pressure, the bank shot. Oh, that one rims out. Both teams a little unlucky here in the opening minute. Collision out by the 3-point line. Steelers okay and can convert the lay-in. And the first 2 points on the board from Katie Morrow. Here's another look at the one at the other end. Is it going in? No. Spin takes it out. A little too much on that pass from Moore.
Coventry almost looking a little bit nervous in these opening minutes here.
Mottram. Thompson gets it back to Mottram. Evans fires up. Evans all string in a 4-0 start to Sheffield.
I forgot to say that she brings a shooting threat as well to them, as well as a ball handling option.
There's Hazelden with some space from the free throw line and can't leave her that open.
No, she's developed that shot in the last couple of years and so consistent from that sort of range.
Thompson goes one way and the other, trying to find some room along the baseline. It's shut off by Hope. Round the screen. Little pick and roll. Ball not held on to there by Carrigal.
Defensively, very strong there from Coventry, just not allowing anything.
Hazelden into Hope. Too close to the basket. She's got great size in the lane. You can't let her get that close.
A player who's quite new to the GB setup, but really progressed in the last 6 months or so.
Here's Evans. Gets some space. Mid-range shot is good. You really underplayed that shooting, didn't you?
I?
Yeah. 6-4. Tight opening 3 minutes. Here's Hazelden down to the free throw line. Once again, it's into Hamer. Shot off the back of the ring. Ball tapped down by Thompson. Carrigal brings it cross half court. Lobs it inside. Good catch. Not quite the finish there from Morrow. Hazelden dumps off. And that's good for 2. It's a pretty pacey opening 3.5 minutes, and we're tied at 6. Off the back of the ring, Hamer with the rebound, knocked away by Thompson, but Moore comes up with it. Thompson knocks it away again. Good tenacious defense from Maddie Thompson.
It's definitely a word you could use to describe Maddie Thompson. Very tenacious. I like that in a player.
Hamer just gets a little hand to it, out of bounds. Offensive foul called on Katie Morrow, I believe, for the illegal screen. No, hold, says the referee.
Yeah, she was just putting too much pressure through her foot plate, I think, just to try and get that pick and roll, but it was definitely a hold there.
Hazelden back out to Hope. Round it comes in the corner to Hamer. Hooks one across. Hope in the lane, just inside the free throw line, doesn't go. Thompson looking down court. Good ball movement from Sheffield, but the shot is off the mark. Hamer is there to pick it up.
It's very easy to forget how young some of these players on this court are. Katie Morrow, for example, the youngest in the Rio team at 16 years old. She's still only a little baby.
It's very easy to remember how old I am, I think, is the problem. I don't need any context from knowing how young some of these players are. Hope at the free throw line. Just gets a friendly bounce off that. CWBA in the lead. Needs a little help from the ring on the second one as well. First time the league leaders have been in front as Thompson looks to tie the game up, driving hard to the hole. That's a tremendous finish there from Maddie Thompson.
Unlucky not to get the foul called on that one. I think that the ref could easily have given it.
Hazelden, top of the key, rims out. Mottram with the rebound. Evans bringing it forward. Ooh, Hazelden almost in there for the steal. Mottram did well to hang on to that. Thompson cross court, shot clock down to 4. Needs to go up here from Evans. Oh, she's got herself some space. Mottram might get the offensive rebound. It's come back loose. Hazelden in there. She's lightning fast. Joy Hazelden wrapped that one up, and that will go down as a steal because possession arrow gives the ball back to Coventry. Hazelden. Cross court. Moore with the shot. Short. Thompson around the screen, trying to go baseline again, finds herself some space and drops in 2 points, breaks the tie.
Yeah, she used her speed incredibly well on that one, just to make herself get that mismatch.
She's been very active here in the first 6 or 7 minutes. Hazelden lets fly. Hamer in with the offensive rebound, converts and is fouled. She'll go to the line for a bonus. Brooke Mottram with the foul. Here's another look at the play at the other end. Good speed and finish in the end. Offensive foul called off the ball. It's on Sophie Carrigill. Here comes Hope. Lobbed across just enough on that to get it over Thompson to Hamer. Cross court to Thompson, lobbed inside to Carrigill, back out again. Shot clock at 5. Evans is going to have to fire this one up quickly, gets it off just in time, and all string puts Sheffield back in the lead.
Sheffield have really come out with fire in their bellies for this match.
It's been played at a good tempo, this game, through the first 7.5 minutes. Hamer up to Hazelden, around to Moore. Along the baseline, good pass into Hope. Just slightly deflected, I think, by Morrow from behind.
She was a little bit too far under the basket, I think, by the time she received the ball as well, which didn't help.
Thompson over to Evans. Hooks it back had to reach out for that one, Maddie Thompson. Shot doesn't go. Hamer with the rebound inside the final 2 minutes of the opening quarter. They've literally been going basket for basket here. Hamer driving down the lane, slices through the defense for two.
She wouldn't miss that one. Quality finish by Jude Hamer.
There wasn't much room, but there was just enough. And a quick shot at the other end from Lee Evans doesn't go. Moore trying to get it to Hamer, not quite enough on that pass, and a chance for Thompson to break away. Thompson, good pass. Back out it goes to Evans. Hooks it across to Thompson. Shot clock down to 3. Morrow has to fire it up. It almost goes as well, but Hope with the rebound. Hazelden, great speed, and swerves past the defender to lay it in for two.
Yeah, you can't give Joy Hazelden any room at all. She will make you pay.
Nice pass off the back of the ring though from Morrow. Last couple of seconds. Hazelden won't get away, and there will. Oh, there's a foul called on the 0.4 of a second remaining here in the quarter. And the problem is that's the 5th team foul, so what looked like it wasn't going to be any problems at all is going to be 2 free throws.
The foul was quite early on in that sequence, and the refs seemed to call it quite late for some reason.
Well, I guess as long as you get it right. Front rim from Hazelden. Well, it ends up costing them nothing. I mean, there is the issue that you've got 5 fouls on one side of the board and none on the opponents. That might come back to hurt you later on, but cracking first quarter, nothing between these two teams.
No, Steelers have come right out ready to play this game, and it's been a cracking one so far. Leah Evans has been crucial for Steelers, scored the majority of their points, I believe. And actually, it's the big point. The bigs for CWBA that have been the ones doing the scoring down that end of the floor.
Well, the cheerleaders out to do their routine at the end of the first quarter, and well, looking back on that first quarter, it was played at a very good tempo, good pace. Both teams looking to get up and down as quickly as possible.
I feel like it might be being played slightly more at CWBA's pace rather than Steelers' pace, and I wonder how long they can keep this up for. But you know, it's neck and neck at the moment, just 2 points in it, so hopefully they can keep it up.
Well, we were talking to Coach Mark before the game, and he said that they'd made a few adjustments from the previous meeting, and he was expecting to have to make a few more as the game has gone through. But given the scoreline last time out, he'd be happy with where things stand right now.
Definitely, I think they just need to keep up this intensity that they've got. They're shooting really well, and they need to keep doing that, keep getting those opportunities. Shooting stats from the first half, Steelers are actually shooting at a lower percentage than CWBA, but have had 2 more shots.
Well, it's the Steelers who get us underway with the second period. Thompson lets fly from top of the key. Hazelden, nobody stopped the ball. She goes all the way to the hole. Slightly overcooked it. Hamer trying to make a nuisance of herself under the basket, but Brooke Mottram able to come away with it. Here's Mottram looking for some options. Evans from 15 feet all string. Ties the game up at 14.
That is definitely her preferred shooting position, that right-hand side bank.
Round it goes to Hamer. Hamer throws it cross court to Hazelden. Nice. Replies with a very similar shot at the other end. Evans. Oh, lovely. Give and go. Oh, no points for it, though.
Surprising, Leah normally enjoys a nice little scoop shot from under the basket.
Well, she's trying to get back on her wheels, so they're down to 4 at the minute. And an unfortunate bounce goes out of bounds. And that does at least give them a moment to pause the game and allow Evans back upright. And they can get back to full complement. Moore drives along the baseline, fires up the shot, gets fouled, and will go to the line for 2.
I believe that'll be 2 fouls on Maddie Thompson, if in fact it was her they called the foul on.
It is indeed. First point of the game for the captain, Charlotte Moore. Four-point lead, as big as it's been for either team. That's how tight it's been in this game in the opening 12 minutes. Evans up to Mottram. Thompson trying to get free. Goes back to the other side, and Evans. Shot clock at 4. Evans fires up from distance and shooting well so far today.
That's 10 points for Leah Evans so far in this game.
Hamer replies with 2 of her own at the other end. Mottram at the top of the key, moves it round to Thompson in the corner. Her shot doesn't drop. Chance for CWBA to open the biggest lead of the game so far with a bucket here. Hazelden down to Moore. Moore fires up off the back of the ring. Evans with a little bit of space. Puts it on to Carrigal. Carrigal's open at the free throw line. Waits for the ball, gets it, and unable to convert for 2.
As a defender, you're always thinking, who do I want to shoot this ball? And unfortunately, it's normally the lower pointer on the floor.
Hazelden weaving through the lane again, but unable to score. Rebound with Mottram. Nice pass. 2 defenders trying to put her off, and it's effective as Katie Morrow misses the shot. A lot of time and space there all day for Gardaswell to think about that. Knocks it down. Thompson, cross court to Evans. Short. Hope with the rebound. Hazelden, good pass to an open Hamer driving to the hole. 2 shots coming. No, in fact, an offensive foul for the push. My mistake.
I think that was a good call. I don't feel like there was enough chair control by Jude Hamer in that situation. Sophie Carrigal did hit her with her foot plates, and sometimes the refs will just give that because the defender's not side on. But I think it was the right call in this situation.
Midpoint of the second quarter, a timeout has been called. CWBA leading by the biggest margin of the game so far, 22 points to 16. And you talked about the need to make some tweaks through the game. What do you think you'll be trying to adjust here at this stage with 5 minutes to half?
I think that offensively they've just lost their intensity, Steelers that is. They're not shooting with the same confidence they were, and their shooting percentage, I feel, has dropped a little bit. Offensively, I feel like Coventry could get what they wanted most of the time, and that's not really where you want to be as a defensive side.
Well, CWBA had 8 points in the first 5 minutes. They had 6 points in the second 5 minutes. They've had 2 points here in the third 5 minutes of the game, and that is why they trail. Sorry, Sheffield, those numbers were for. Good pass. Here's a chance for 2. Not taken, though.
Yeah, there's been a couple of really easy shots that Sheffield really should have taken advantage of and haven't.
Hazelden, good vision. Hamer's kind of under the basket. Difficult to get the shot off from there.
Got a little bit of rough there in the key, but Steelers come out with the ball.
Evans all the way to the finger roll for 2. And Brooke Mottram just needing help to get back up.
Hopefully she's not hurt.
She's a bit slow. Let's see if we can see on the replay. Got jammed in between the 2 and kind of fell on the chair a little bit.
Is a hazard of a
it is, yeah,
sport like this.
It is an occupational hazard of wheelchair basketball.
She looks like she's okay, getting back in her chair.
I think she's going to just come out of the game for a moment or 2. Slightly clutching her lower back, whether she caught that on the wheel or something. Hazelden to Hamer. Back again. Hazelden's shot is overcooked. Ooh, but just through the hands there of Wolfram. Just kind of bounced awkwardly in front of her. Table just calling him over, have a look. You see, just bounced in a spot that was tough to reach. Four minutes to play in the first half. 4-point game. It's the league leaders who have the ball and the advantage at this moment in time. First shot of the game for Fitzpatrick is no good. Thompson looking for options. Back up top to Evans, shot clock down. Thompson has to take the shot on the buzzer. Atkin with the rebound. Moore. Hamer again, that low block. She's a very good shooter. You almost have to keep her out of position rather than let her get the ball down there.
Yeah, she doesn't have much of a height mismatch over Maddie Thompson, but she really makes the most of it, and that's definitely one of her preferred positions shooting from.
Carragher at the top of the key. Shot is short. And 2:46 to go. You feel an important 2:46 for Sheffield just to hang on to this one now. It's at 6. I think if they went into the locker room with that sort of gap, they'd be happy enough with that at halftime, but anything more becomes a challenge.
Yeah, they need to keep this as close as possible, especially with halftime just around the corner.
Foul called as the ball went inside to Thompson. Charlotte Moore, the offender. And substitution for the Steelers sees Brooke Mottram back in to the game. She's fixed whatever it was. I think a chair. She had a slight issue with the strapping or something. It's fixed now anyway.
Yeah, I think she was trying to fix that. That's where she needed to go off the floor, but good to see that she's not hurt from that fall.
Hamer coming at speed even. Cross court to Fitzpatrick. Under pressure. Trying to get it out to Moore, but it's stolen away. Evans. Ooh, spun into some trouble there. Got out of it nicely. Wolfram. Thompson, cross court. Pass. Wolfram at the top of the key. Again, it's late in the shot clock, but Sheffield are trying to get a shot off, and Hamer has a chance to try and get some pace for Coventry. She's going to shoot from the free throw line, front rim and in, and it's the biggest lead of the game at 8.
They just gave her a little bit too much space.
Nice reply. They needed those points there from Evans. Moore did well to hold that one in. She had to stretch for it, trying to get it back out. We'll get a sideline possession. Timeout called. 47 seconds left in the first half. A 6-point game. And I still feel like if Sheffield get to halftime with this gap or less, they'll feel okay about themselves.
Yeah, Coventry's defense in the last couple of minutes has actually been really, really good, and it's kind of all this quarter, in fact, and that's why Sheffield have really struggled to score. They're just not giving them any opportunities, and any opportunities they are getting are right on the buzzer.
Here's a look back to the play where they never really properly stopped Hamer in transition, slowed her down a bit, slight change of direction, but never defended her properly.
Joy Hazelden made a really good cut as well in front of her, which gave her the space to get that shot away. Teams make their way back on court from the timeout.
last action was the deflection out of bounds, which means Hazelden will inbound it with 11 on the shot clock. Gets it straight back along the baseline all the way to the hole. That was too easy.
Yeah, there might have been a foul there as well, actually.
35 seconds to go, so CWBA should get one shot back here. Sheffield could do with the score. Mottram trying to provide that score. Rims out the rebound with Jade Atkin. Hazelden. Shot clock ticking down. Goes to Hamer. Sets herself for the shot on the buzzer and strings it. Perfect use of time there from Jude Hamer. And with the last 4 points of the half, CWBA have the biggest lead of the half. It's 30 points to 20 at the break. Well, really a good quarter offensively for CWBA. They just kept going at the pace that they were going in the first half, and defensively really slowed down the Steelers at the other end, and that's why they've opened up this 10-point lead.
Yeah, I think that Steelers are struggling with the pace that Coventry like to play at, CWBA likes to play at, and I think that's half of the issue here.
Well, it certainly is, as the dancing girls come out to entertain the crowd, and we're going to shortly be joined by the Great Britain women's coach Miles Thompson. He's just coming in and getting his headphones on, and he's going to give us his expert view of the game in a moment. But first of all, I've got a little interview that we had before the game with the members of this CWBA team. Well, I'm joined now by Joy, Jade and Adele. Great to have you with us. Joy, if we start with you, talk to me about your basketball club. This is a real developing team who've come up and doing really well.
We came up to Division 1 about 2-3 years ago, and the competition of the whole Women's League has just kept rising and rising, yeah.
And that's the thing about the Women's League. It is open to all levels, all standards. You get elite level, you get people who are playing for a bit of fun, all the way down through the divisions.
Yeah, so we have 3 divisions, and anyone can play, even able-bodied people. And it's just really, really good to have everyone, like women, all together on one place.
Now I'm going to start with you two sisters. Who started playing first?
I did.
So how did you get involved?
There was like this pals at Portchester, and I didn't want to do any sport, but Mum made me go, and then Jade started going after, so that's how it started.
So you dragged her along, is that basically it?
No, basically she had a basketball thing set up, and one of her friends who was disabled at the time, he dragged her along because he was very outgoing, and she started playing. She loved it immediately, and then a few months after I started because I saw her having fun in the chairs, and I was actually AB then, and then as I continued on, the more serious it got for me.
And the pair of you have developed into cracking players. You can see a pathway to go on to from here.
Apparently so, yeah.
There we go. But I mean, it must be exciting to having developed through like that in such a quick order.
It's amazing, and having my sister along with me, it's like amazing watching her develop as well, and like learning to play around her, playing with her, and like playing against her at times. It's a very amazing experience to have.
And is there that sibling rivalry? Does it get a bit heated at times?
Not really. We just like have a go at each other on court, and then we just get on with it.
I think I need an independent judge there. Are they okay on court together?
Yeah, they are actually pretty civil, yeah.
And you've seen them develop through as players. I mean, this is really what the sport is about, trying to get more people playing, and they've turned up and suddenly they've developed into great players.
Yeah, like I first saw them like when they were just beginners at wheelchair basketball, and it's so great to see the progress they've made from a few years ago to now. So yeah, it's really good.
And that's really the message to people watching at home, is really just to give it a go.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
And if you look at how the team is doing this season in the league, tremendous performances every time you get out on court.
Yeah, well, every time we go on court, we just want to win every game and just compete, yeah.
And if you look at the national level, you're all involved in the GB program. It's looking good for wheelchair basketball in Great Britain at the minute.
Yes, it is, yeah. This last summer we won a silver medal at the World Championships. So it's just, yeah, we just keep progressing from there, really.
And that's the thing, is it's developing at all age levels for Great Britain as well.
Yes, it is, yeah. Like, this is a platform for the coaches to see, like, future potential GB players, and it's so great that there's so many female players here.
And you're playing these league games. Obviously, there's loads of players playing at all different levels. It's good for the fans to come along and see all these different types of players out on court.
It's really good to see everyone come along, because sometimes they watch it and then see that able-bodied people can play too, and like they wonder if they can have a go. So it's great to see more people coming in to have a go at rugby basketball.
Well, thank you all for your time, and good luck in the game.
Thank you.
Well, we are joined now by the Great Britain coach, and he's going to talk us through some of the things that you've seen, some of the analysis from the first half that you picked out for us.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll see in our first clip here the CWBA's defense, how it translates into a really quality offense. First off, Sarah Hope comes out in what we call shoot the gap. We don't like to let the player like Maddie Thompson redirect there, but she does, but she recovers. And then watch here from the middle defender, Joy Hazelton will come in with some really timely help here, disallowing an easy look, and then straight into transition offense.
She's very quick at that. She reads the game very well, Joy.
She's one of the better three-spot middle defenders that I've seen in the women's game.
Okay, so that was the first bit you've got for us at the defensive end. What's the next bit?
And then off of that clip, right off of that, right, they're making the Sheffield count heads. They do a porous job of that, and that's an easy look off that. Good defense for Sarah Hope.
And then on this clip here, Sheffield on the attack.
Yeah, moving on from the Sheffield's answer so far has been Leah Evans. Her ball to wheel action right there is just, she's worked so hard on it, and she goes right into it, right into her shooting hand. And her shot here late in the shot clock, real similar. What we call this WPW. She'll get the ball right back. She's late in the shot clock. There it is.
Leah really has been crucial for Steelers in this match to keep it this close, in my opinion.
She certainly has been shooting the ball well, and you've got one more clip for us.
I do. And what the Steelers have to worry right now is Jude Hamer. If she gets going, it can be a long second half for them. I think she's 6 for 11 in the first half, hit her last 3 shots, and when they just split the defense like that, she finds a matchup over Maddie Thompson. She can eye it up. That's going to be money about 70% of the time.
So as a coach defensively, you've seen her do that, hit those shots laid on. She's got 12 points on the board. What defensive adjustments can you make to try and slow her down?
Yeah, if you look at this clip right here, real poor defense. That's just too easy for a peripheral scorer like Jude Hamer. She's going to knock that down all the time. Sheffield really going to have to pick up and prioritize Jude Hamer.
And how do they go about doing that? What changes in the defense would you be making?
In knowing Jude, I'd pick her up full court. I'd put 2 on her. I'd rattle her cage a little bit. I'd let her think about some things. I'd try to get inside her head and test her temper.
Well, certainly has been good in that first half. And at the other end of the floor, what have they got to do to get points on the board, do you think, Steelers?
Well, they need Maddie Thompson. She's the playmaker. She needs to find the seams and gaps to attack. Also, they need Katie Morrow. 1 of 7 in the first half from the post. She can be a peripheral scorer, an impact scorer, and I would fully expect those two to come and deliver in the second half.
Well, thank you very much, Coach, for that insight.
My pleasure.
Earlier today, I managed to catch up with Sheffield's Sophie Carragher. Well, I'm joined now by GB player Sophie. Sophie, great to have you with us. It's a fantastic weekend of wheelchair basketball here in Nottingham.
It is, absolutely. I love playing these Women's League games. For us, playing against women of the same sort of elite nature. We train with these girls every day, the GB team, but to actually play against them like rivals this time, it's such a great atmosphere as well. We get to have the younger girls watching us. The development pathway into this sport is incredible, and it really helps with events like these in Women's League.
And that's the thing you see here today. We've obviously got the top end of the sport talking to you here, but going on behind us there's lower leagues. It's been going on all weekend. It's really a chance for everybody in wheelchair basketball to come together and play games.
It is. It's for all ages, all abilities. Obviously here we're playing with women, which is fantastic to see how much women's sport is getting noticed now and getting coverage. But as I say, you know, anybody can come along. You don't even need a disability. So if you're able-bodied and you want to try this sport, please come along. Like, we'd be more than happy to sort of teach you how to use a chair. I remember when I first started playing, I just couldn't get the hang of using a wheelchair. So all those little tips and tricks, like, we'll be able to help people with. But it's just such a great event. As you say, we've got real beginners here, and then we're playing tonight, obviously, with the elite team in the Division 1. So just a massive range of abilities, and from beginners to elite as well. It's great to see.
And that's the thing that in this country we do a good job of. You will remember when you started out all those years ago, the pathway to get you through to where you are today.
Exactly, and we have a really great pathway here at British Wheelchair Basketball. Obviously you can see here from the beginners playing behind us. I just love watching them because they're just learning, and any little bit of like inspiration that they can get from watching us tonight, it'll just help them develop. And we're constantly, because obviously I'm playing for Great Britain as well, we're constantly looking for new players because we want competition at the elite end. We really want to be competing for our spots, because for us it's so important to be the best that we can be and to be constantly challenging ourselves. So the more players that we get coming through this sport, the better competition that we get, and then ultimately the better team Great Britain you're going to have.
And we see at some of the younger age groups how well the GB teams are doing. That must be promising for the future.
Absolutely, it's really promising. Our under-24s group are doing really well, winning their European Championships. The senior team just come back from their World Championships, bringing home a silver medal. So the women's programme is in a really, really good position, and for me, I think it can only go up, which is really exciting.
And for spectators at home, they could come to an event like this in the future. They're on again in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, there are.
Gives them an opportunity to come and see some of the highest level wheelchair basketball anywhere in the world, really. The league here is so good.
It is. Our women's league is impressive here. Obviously we've got 3 divisions, we've got so many women competing. People watching tonight, like, hopefully they'll get inspired and want to come along to the next weekend that we've got coming up. But just keep watching it, keep following our sport, because there's really big things to come.
Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very enthusiastic about it all, and of course, as somebody who's been part of the GB program for many years now, on the other side of it, you must have been really pleased, proud to see the development of wheelchair basketball in this country over the last decade or so.
Yeah, you only have to look at our under-24 team and the results that they've had in the last Europeans and World Championships to see that there is a lot to come in this sport. I think it was about London, like the Paralympics in London. I said that big things are going to happen with the GB women's team, and I couldn't say when it was going to happen, but I knew, I had that feeling that everything was going in the right direction. Like, the program was really good and the support was really good, and yeah, to see them doing so well. I mean, I'd gutted to not be part of the team that won a silver medal at the Worlds, but I was cheering for them every step of the way.
It's the Division 2 table there. Just gives you a sort of insight into the length and breadth of the country that all these teams come from, descended on Nottingham for this weekend. And that's the thing, is it's about trying to get everybody in the same building at the same time, learning from each other, competing against each other and pushing each other, so that at the top end of the game we get better and better.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you could see from that table that there are 4 teams on 7 points. It's a really, really tight league, and that's the kind of competition you want.
Well, that's Division 3 table for you again, but it's Division 1 that we're concentrating on right now, because we're just getting ready for the start of the second half, and these Steelers have some work to do. It's funny how 2 baskets totally changes the mindset almost of the game, because they were down 6 with 40 seconds to go. If they got to halftime, it wouldn't look too bad. Suddenly 2 scores, they're down 10, and it feels like a big margin.
Yeah, it feels like the mountain is getting bigger, and they really just need to go out firing at the beginning of this third quarter and start this like they started the beginning of the match, because if they don't come out strong now, they're going to really struggle to bring it back.
Well, that's the thing. They were going score for score in the early stages, but you've got to keep that sort of points production going against a team like CWBA with the weapons that they have. The 2 teams make their way back out onto court to get things underway here for the second half of the final game of the weekend.
I think just to repeat what Miles said, if they can get Maddie Thompson or Katie Morrow scoring more, then that would really help Sheffield out right now.
Well, Maddie Thompson is going to be on the score sheet, but not for the reason she would have hoped for, committing a foul within a second of the opening play.
Yeah, that was a bit of a bizarre foul. I'm not really sure what went through her mind on that one.
Well, she's got a big smile on her face. I don't think she quite thought it through either. Here's Hamer. Hamer, who's shooting so well at the end of the first half, carries that on at the start of the second. 14 points for her. Joint leading scorer in the game with Leah Evans. Here is Evans. Gets a bit of room. Says, I'll be top scorer in the game, thank you very much, with 2 at the other end.
Yeah, 16 points for Leah now. Starting this third quarter like she started the first.
Hazelden shoots up. They left her open, and she makes them pay. Thompson. Lobs it in, tough pass, good catch. And short on the shot is Morrow.
It looked good from this angle. Couldn't quite tell if it had gone in or not.
Yeah, it definitely hit the net, but unfortunately the front of it rather than the bottom of it. 1 of 8 shooting now. That's not the best pass in the world. Morrow looking down court, trying to find some options. Has to go it alone for now. Mottram over to Thompson. Working with Carrigal. Lobs it into her. That's a good execution of the pick and roll, but Fitzpatrick was there to block it. Unfortunately, though, for Atkin, wheel on the line and out of bounds. Again, I was about to say again it goes to Thompson, but maybe if she was 6 or 8 inches taller, it might have got to her. It was just a little too high.
What commentary are doing well at the moment is just not allowing Maddie Thompson the position to shoot where she wants to shoot from, and that's why, and she's just not able to get into this game.
Hazelden at the foul line. Hamer again using that superior height. Good rebound on the offensive glass from Fitzpatrick, and turns it into second chance points.
Great work there by Fitzpatrick. Something that some people won't see is the move that she made to get Jude Hamer that position, so she had an easier shot.
Rebounds at both ends for Siobhan Fitzpatrick. Hazelden around the screen, goes cross court to Hamer. Back to Hazelden, if she can keep it in, she can. Did well there. Good deflection out of bounds from Katie Morrow. It'll be an end line ball with 2 on the shot clock.
Much better defense there from Steelers, making them second guess whether they want to shoot or not.
It's into Hamer. I think they're stuck there. Neither, there we go. They're broken away. Fitzpatrick and Evans had their wheels jammed together, and Evans realized it, but I don't think Siobhan had noticed. And she's like, I'm stuck. And then they both tried to go away, and neither of them could, but they are back moving now. Thompson throws it away. Traveling violation, the call.
The referees are got to be so on that call. So in wheelchair basketball, you can take 2 pushes before you have to dribble the ball, and it's difficult to spot at times.
Nice shot for 2. 36-24 the score. We're 4 minutes into the third period. Hamer to Fitzpatrick under all sorts of pressure from Morrow.
Yeah, that was asking a lot of Siobhan, that pass.
Watch her on the trail. Atkin pulls in the rebound. Hamer's got good positioning by the basket. Oh, unusually misses it, but there once again is Fitzpatrick with another offensive rebound. Jump ball the call. Again, good positioning, ripped that one away. And before she went down, the referee had blown the whistle for a hell ball, and the possession arrow favors the Steelers, so they will get the ball. Evans, front rims. Hamer looking to get CWBA away. Oh, what a beautiful pass. Hazelden did well to find this space, but still needed a teammate to get her the ball, and another 2 on the board.
Really nice cross and pick there from Jude Hamer and Joy Hazelden. Brilliant teamwork by them.
Trying to shut the door on Thompson. Foul called. Jade Atkin, the offender. This is another one there. She done really well to draw all the defense and then find Hazelden, who attacked well. Fitzpatrick dominating the boards here in the third quarter. Good fast break. They recovered well, those Steelers, to slow it down. Over to Hamer. Hamer off the glass. They haven't managed to slow her down any. Thompson. Lobbed across to Evans. Mid-range shot doesn't go. Fitzpatrick back to Hazelden. And again. Still trying to go after it. Here's a chance for Sheffield, maybe in transition. Thompson trying to use her speed, drives hard to the hole, takes the contact, and will go to the line for two.
Nice use of her speed to just draw that foul. She knew that if she just went full speed that she was going to draw it eventually. Took her a while.
Well, you might as well wait till you get to the basket to draw the foul. That way you're guaranteed 2 free throws.
Indeed.
Points they need at this stage. You're down 16. Draws a blank. Moore. Hamer again. Hamer off the good screen to give her a little bit of space from Atkin. And that's going to force a timeout to be called by Mark Schofield. And, well, offense, a serious problem for his team right now with just 24 points on the board, just 4 points in this quarter. And bearing in mind they had 12 points at the end of the first quarter, they've had 12 points in the 17 minutes since then.
Yeah, it's been a real dry spell for Sheffield. They've just not been given enough any space at all to get the shots off that they want to, and that is mainly down to the huge amount of pressure that CWBA are putting on them. I mean, they're not pressing them or anything. They've just got a really, really solid zone defense going on at the moment, and it's quite exceptional to watch.
And what can they do? What's the alternative that they can throw out there? What's the wrinkle they can do to try and get this scoreboard ticking, do you think?
I think maybe if they could try and get a man out, that might give them a little bit more space on their offense. So maybe someone, maybe if they could pick out Charlotte Moore or Siobhan Fitzpatrick or even Jade, pick them out of the game and really make it difficult for them to defend as a unit, because when they're back as a unit, that's when they're strong.
2:50 to go. It's 42-24. Here's Thompson inside. Second attempt. Comes up with nothing. Had good positioning, but unable to convert. Hazelden. Atkin drops that one in. It's a 20-point lead. Over they go again to Thompson. But again, the shots she gets are difficult ones. It's not in the sort of position she was getting them early in the game. And there's a bit more space for her. There we go.
Maddie Thompson is a really good outside shooter, and I think they've just not allowed her to get into this game at all. And that's why she's struggling when she does get the opportunities now.
Oh, Hazelden threw it to Fitzpatrick, but Fitzpatrick was going to set a screen. It went straight out of bounds. Thompson, the top of the key. Hamer with the rebound. Forward to Hazelden. Hazelden, look at the speed of her. Weaving through the defense. And Moore is good for 2. Cargill back to Evans. Hamer deflects that one. They still have it though. And close in, but not quite from Mottram. She was fouled. She will shoot 2. Brooke Mottram at the free throw line, trying to get it back under 20. Thompson trying to get in there for the offensive rebound. Oh, it's stolen away by Carrigal. And there's a foul there by Moore. It's the 4th team foul with 34 seconds to go in the 3rd. Morrow from 17 feet, shot doesn't go. The shot clock is just about still on. There's not much between shot and game. They can run it down if they want to here, CWBA. Or they could just take the drive to basket for 2 instead.
Joy Hazelden has been in the GB program since she was, I forget whether she was 13 or 14 years old. Now she's early 20s. And you can just see what an exceptional player she is, still at such a young age.
Well, she's playing well. Her team are playing well. They lead by 22 points. They won that period by 18 points to 6. And it's a long way back from Sheffield for here. In truth, the first thing they want to do is let's just try and cut the deficit and see where we are in 3 or 4 or 5 minutes time.
Yeah, I think they need to go out with the attitude that this is a fresh quarter, it's 0-0. Let's go out and try and at least win this quarter.
Well, that's a mindset, but you've got to give credit to the defense of CWBA, who've really made it very difficult. I mean, Sheffield haven't shot the ball well, but mainly because the shots that they're getting are not the shots that they want. They're not in the right places. It's not the looks that they were after.
Yeah, and there's just so much pressure on them when they're taking those shots. It's hard for them to get their composure. Yeah, I mean, it's Coventry. Their defense is just absolutely on point, and it's hard for any team to play against that.
Well, 10 minutes to play. And it's a 22-point lead for CWBA. Looking at the shooting numbers, Steelers 13 of 48 versus 22 of 44. So you got one team shooting 50% and one not much over 27%, and that will be the difference in any ball game. Good hands to deflect that away, but Hazelden recovers possession. All the way over to Moore. Into Hope. Morrow bringing it down court. Thompson. Mottram at the free throw line. Hope forward to Hazelden. Has more ahead of her, but 3 defenders back, so waits for the rest of the team to catch up. Hamer back to Hazelden. Takes the shot, knocks it down.
Cheeky little fake in there as well, just make herself a little bit more space.
Joy Hazelden shooting over 50% for her 16 points. And there's a much needed 2 at the other end. She's up to 20 now, Evans. Hamer. How quickly back Coventry are. Oh, nice pass. Mottram gets her own rebound, gets it out. Morrow's shot doesn't go.
That's the easy opportunities that Sheffield really just need to make the most of. They're not getting many layups. They really need to take them.
Morrow 1 of 10 shooting. Bit of a rough night for her. But it's been hard, that's for sure. It's thrown forward. Will it get to Thompson? No, because Hazelden is there to pick it off. She's so quick and maneuvers very well to get into the right place at the right time. Evans lobs it down low. Foul this time will send Morrow to the free throw line for the first time today. Just 2 points to her name so far. And that one is good. First free throw they've made this game.
Looks like Steelers are trying something a little different with their defense. A little bit of a hustle on there.
Dealt with pretty well by Hazelden. Moore got a little fingertip to that, I think, or maybe not. Not seeing the signal. Referees looking at each other. Not sure, so they're going to call it a jump ball, and it's going to be a Sheffield possession on the arrow, which I think it should have been anyway, but I suppose you only lose the turn of the arrow. What difference? You get the ball.
Very true.
Morrow again under all sorts of pressure. Evans. Oh, what a shot from Thompson. I think she thought the shot clock was a bit lower, so had to get it out of her hands quickly. And it goes in. Hazelden over to Hamer. Gets Patrick in the lane. Tough shot that under pressure.
Unlucky, really unlucky to not get the foul called on that one. There was definite contact on her chair as she was shooting.
Well, it shifted round, but Hamer there just had contact with the ball in what is her front court, and then went over the halfway line for a backcourt violation. Hamer gets it back. 6 minutes to play. 19-point lead. Hamer going all the way around the whole defense and lays it in for 2 more points. What is she on now? 22?
Yeah, I believe she's on 22 points for the game.
Evans from long range. Well, they need something, I guess. So stolen away by Thompson, trying to get out on the break, but they recover well there, CWBA. Look how they get back. That was potentially a 2-on-1, and it's become a hard 24 seconds now. Well, 2 on the shot clock buzzer, but they worked really hard for that, Sheffield. Inside to Hope. Good pass. Mottram was facing the other way, couldn't quite see the pass come in, and by the time she realized the ball was there, it was up and in. Cargill. Thompson with the offensive rebound. You know, haste to get it out of her hands, put a bit too much on it. Nice shovel pass, but 3-second violation to call.
Yeah, Charlotte Moore was just in the key for a little bit too long. A good spot there by the ref.
Nice pass, and here's Thompson close in this time. It's good.
I feel like Sheffield Steelers aren't making the most of the combination of... sorry, got distracted there by Joy's drive. They're not making the most of the combination of Leah Evans and Maddie Thompson.
Well, I hope that converts off another assist from Hazelden. But I have to say, the way they played defense today, it's been pretty hard to make the most of any combination, isn't it?
Yes, very true.
They've relied a lot on long-range shots, and of course that's fine while they're going in, but it's a challenge to keep that going for 40 minutes. 3 of them left here. Evans freewheeling down court, surveying her options, goes back to Thompson. She's going to fire up the 3-point shot, banks it in for 3. Hamer working with Moore, now goes to the other side. It's through the hands of Hope, but bounced off Thompson and out of bounds, so it'll remain with the team in white. Substitution for Sheffield. Wolfram comes back into the game, so too Michaela Bell. Evans. Wolfram has it. Gets herself a little better angle for the shot. Might try again here. Still trying to fight for room. Underneath to Morrow. And Morrow converts close in. Only her second score of the night. Hamer's shot is off the mark for once. Evans brings it forward. Last 90 seconds of the game. Not perhaps as close as we might have hoped at the start between the top two, but CWBA showing exactly why they're 5-0, soon to be 6-0 at the top of Division 1 here in the Women's League, as they stretch their lead back to 18.
Yeah, they've really struggled. Steelers have really struggled to stop Jude Hamer this evening. She's just scored her 24th point, I believe, of the game.
And she's got shots exactly where she wants them, so she's shot at a pretty efficient rate as well. And they've not relented at any point in the game either. They've kept that pressure up defensively. Sometimes it's easy to get up 18, 20 points like they did and just, you know, take a little foot off the gas and ease back a little bit, but they haven't done that at all.
No, not at all. They haven't been as free with their rotations through the team as Sheffield have been. They do have some quality players on their bench, but they obviously want this comfortable win tonight.
Well, shot clock off, final offense. Well, it would have been if it wasn't for a charging foul called. Gives the Steelers one last chance to trim the margin of defeat, and because of the rule change, the shot clock's come back on because there's 14.5 seconds.
Worth
there you go. That's the first time I've seen that since the rules changed. The shot clock's off and then it's back on again. There we go. First for everything. And it ends in Hamer's hands, and a comprehensive victory by CWBA to remain undefeated in Division 1 of the Women's League. And it was pretty tight for the opening 10 minutes, but they really took a stranglehold of the game in the second quarter.
Yeah, CWBA just kept the pressure on the entire match, and they just play at this speed that a lot of teams struggle with, and that's the speed they like to play at, and that's why they've been so successful.
I mean, Hamer shot the ball really well, but Hazelden, racking up the assists and the points, really ran the show.
Yeah, Joy Hazelden is a very talented player and a great asset to both CWBA and for GB. Jude Hamer is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated players in the international scene, and I think she makes a point every time she goes out with CWBA and just scores so many points. She's got a fantastic shot.
And Leah Evans at the other end of the score, the other end of the floor, the one player who is able to consistently score from start to finish. They didn't really have too many options. They didn't shoot the ball particularly well because of the pressure of the defense. She was the one person who did keep that scoreboard ticking.
Yeah, Leah Evans, she's not been playing recently, and this is fantastic to see her come back into the game and play so well. She's, I mean, she was absolutely crucial for Steelers this evening, and without her on the floor, as we've seen in previous matches, they've struggled. She was really influential for them tonight, but unfortunately not quite enough.
Well, it's been a great weekend here in Nottingham, and it's finished at the Wildcats Arena with CWBA remaining undefeated and top of Division 1. Lou, thanks for being with us over the course of the last few hours. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you again very soon. Goodbye.